I love blind boxes. So much so that if I had $1 for every blind box that I bought in the past week, I'd have $0. Because with the money that I would have made, I would have went back to the store and bought another blind box. Which is exactly what I did. Hi, I'm Riot, and in this video we will be turning a blind box figurine into a magical girl OC. Happy holidays, y'all! I went out and I spent a copious amount of money buying blind boxes, and I figured I would make a video of opening one and drawing one as a Gajinka so that I can excuse the fact that I spent $22 on this Garden of Eden Dodonami blind box. Actually, I got this with a gift card because it was so expensive. Oh my gosh. I think, okay, out of all of them, I'm thinking that my favorite is these two. These two. But I honestly, like, they're all super cute. I don't think I'll be mad if I get anything else. So I feel like I should just cut to the chase and open this. I've been scared to open it. Okay, here we go. That's so satisfying. Okay, here we go. What if I like don't like it and I just like spent all that money? Should I return it? Should I return it if I don't like it? Okay, wait, oh, I opened the box wrong. Guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, wait. There's so much. Oh, they're huge. They're huge. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Okay, I don't wanna. That didn't even work. Hold on, that didn't even open it up. Please hold. What if I like cut into it doing that? Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I'm gonna pull it out, and then you guys will react to it first, and then I will react to it. All right, moment of truth. I'm opening my eyes in 3, 2, 1. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, wait. Oh, it's fuzzy. Ooh, she's like grassy. Oh, she's a super rare. Ooh, I'm happy. She's got like little grass stuff and her hair goes to transparent. I like that she's monochromatic. I think that'll make it easier to draw her. But she's so cutesy. Yes, I'm excited. Okay, I think it's time to get sketching. After what was probably the most chaotic blind box opening I have ever done in my life, I went to sketching. For the sketching phase, I tried to focus on what I could draw directly from her figure design, which was basically her pigtails and her grassy bodysuit, but I quickly realized that sticking with the bodysuit was leaving my designs rather flat. So instead, I decided to focus more on her design being inspired by grass and plants, which allowed me to start moving in the right direction. After abandoning her main design elements, I decided to push forward and ideate an outfit for each season. One thing that I noticed about magical girl designs was that a lot of the outfits were designed or set in summer settings. Essentially, most magical girl designs that I've seen were built for summer or spring and not for winter. So in order to try and give myself a good challenge, I decided to continue on with the winter outfit. Despite wanting to continue with the winter theme, I actually did really like my third outfit, and I just wanted to bring some attention to it because I think it was a really good design also. So maybe it could be her alternate design. In the end, I decided to go with this sketch right here. After making sure she was all bundled up, I went to researching. Here's a little science lesson for you. Most plants do die out for the winter, but the ones that don't either store their energy and go dormant or still photosynthesize at a slower rate. The plants that do photosynthesize at a slower rate are typically evergreen trees or conifer trees, which shed their large leaves and keep their pin needle leaves for water retention. Taking this into consideration, I wanted to figure out how this magical girl would be able to survive in the winter if she had similar traits to these trees. In traditional magical girls that have plant-based abilities, a lot of them have chlorokinesis, which is the control of living plants. But in the winter, when a lot of the plants are sleeping, that wouldn't be as plausible. In trying to come up with some ideas, I realized that the 2 ponytails on her head could act as vines themselves that suck water out of bodies of waters or even people. In this design, I was really trying to stay away from the big skirt kind of look that a lot of magical girls have, and I wanted hers to be warm. Still a skirt, but something that just provided a little more warmth. In order to put a name to a face, I decided on the name Everin with 2 N's because 1, I thought it looked really cool, and she's from the Garden of Eden blind box, and I thought naming her Eve would just be very cliche. Thinking even deeper into this universe, what would be a magical girl required emergency? Kind of like an Avengers level threat. I feel like most of her responsibilities would require her finding lost explorers, investigating abandoned camps, or investigating supernatural sightings, protecting the village from avalanches, cleaning up the village after blizzards, and just overall protecting the local wildlife. As I was thinking about these abilities, I was kind of thinking about how she would be able to get around or find lost explorers, and then I decided to give her a familiar. I present to you the Snowy Owl, who Everin generously named Sapling. Fun fact, their feathers make them heavy, having 4 extra pounds of warmth on them. But the main reason for my choice of familiar is that snowy owls aren't actually nocturnal, and they typically hunt in the day, which I feel like fits the criteria for most plants. They eat and photosynthesize in the day. I can't even say the word photosynthesize. Oh my gosh. I would also like to add that I did not use a reference for the snowy owl. Can you guys tell? I think it's pretty uncanny. They look so alike. Having a snowy owl would help a lot when it comes to scouting, either for people or for different herbs or plants that Everin may need. The one thing about magical girls that I always forget is that they have transformations and they typically have like a base outfit. I forgot to do that. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably just her base outfit and I forgot that. We're gonna ignore that because she looks really cool regardless. I also decided to do a little personification of what I think Sapling would look like in the corner. It's not canon at all. I was just trying to fill the page, but you know, it happens. Finally, for the last drawing that I did, I wanted to kind of combine everything that I came up with for everyone's design, and I wanted to turn it into an actual illustration. I think most of my references came from earthbenders because I like the way that they kind of have this flow and they kind of like, they seem very grounded, and I think that's also the vibe that I was going for when it came to Everin. I think me playing around with her hair a lot helped. I originally wanted her to have her 2 ponytails, but having the one on the side was so freaking cute. I just couldn't ignore it. I feel like her ability with controlling living things would have to be something that she kind of learns with time. I wanted one of her abilities to be that she could talk to, you know, plants, trees, and stuff like that. And I think she still probably could. It would just have to be something that she really needs to focus on in order to awaken the sleeping spirit of the tree or awaken the tree itself, something like that. But I also wanted her to have some type of woodland creature sense through plants. I wanted her to be able to like touch a plant and be able to see what was there in the past hour or two, you know, plants, trees never forget kind of thing. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep her with an aromatherapy or essential oils type of route, but I think it could really work, especially when it comes to like natural healing or making different things, healing ailments, I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Also, a part of her design, having that little leaf in the side of her outfit, I think that could also help with her drawing power out of like a living thing. I think that she would live in a greenhouse, and during the day she would be able to wear that outfit that I made in the beginning to try and get as much of the sunlight as she can. I think with also living in a greenhouse, because it's a little microclimate, she can have all of her plants around her where she can practice her abilities. Maybe where she lives, the winter does come to an end and she can actually, you know, interact with the plants around her. All in all, I think having a concept where you have to work around like realistic elements is really good for the mind, and it lets you do a little bit of research, and then you have a couple of fun facts to tell other people whenever you feel like it. I'm super proud of her design. I think things that I missed would have been like adding little pouches on her side that would contain maybe plants, plant seeds, things like that she can use to kind of keep her ability without having to completely leave her helpless with her ability, like having an ability that's useless. But I'm not completely sure, so you guys can let me know. Is there anything that I missed? Is there any abilities that would be kind of cool to add on to her? I'm really interested on finding out anything else interesting that I could have added to her design or to Sapling's, because he's there too. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching me open a blind box, because I love doing them, and I, in fact, will do more if you guys enjoyed this video, so let me know. Happy New Year's and happy holidays to all those who celebrate, and I will see you guys in the next video.